How Britney Spears' struggles fueled her power move comeback. In 2021, Britney Spears was finally freed from a 13-year conservatorship that controlled almost every aspect of her life. It was a long road filled with personal struggles, legal battles, and media scrutiny. But here's the surprising part. Despite everything she went through, her comeback wasn't just about reclaiming her life. It's been about reclaiming her power. How did Britney transform her trauma into a triumph? Let's dive into how her struggles fueled her ultimate comeback and how you can learn from her resilience. But before we jump in, don't forget to hit that like button if you're excited to dive into the untold side of Britney's journey, and subscribe for more deep dives into pop culture's biggest stories. The rise of a pop icon. Britney Spears was an undeniable force of nature when she burst onto the scene in the late 90s. Her debut album, Baby One More Time, became one of the best-selling albums of all time, and the music video for the title track was almost as iconic as the song itself. But what made Britney so different from other pop stars at the time wasn't just her voice or dance moves, it was her relatability. She was the girl next door with that classic innocent charm, mixed with an edge that felt like you could be friends with her. Britney's appeal was built on a foundation of vulnerability and authenticity, which made her rise to stardom seem effortless. But with that fame came immense pressure. Pressure that would eventually have a profound effect on her life. The teen idol image was a double-edged sword. While it propelled her into superstardom, it also made her a target for intense media scrutiny. Britney was no longer just a pop star, she was the subject of daily tabloid headlines, and the constant pressure to maintain the perfect image began to take a toll. Who could survive under such relentless public gaze? But instead of caving under the pressure, Britney pushed through, proving her resilience early on. Though, that strength would be tested again as she navigated through personal battles in the years to come. The breakdown? In the mid-2000s, Britney's world began to crumble. The pressures of fame, the media's invasion of her personal life, and her increasingly erratic behavior led to public breakdowns that were plastered all over the news. It's impossible to ignore the toll this had on her mental health. The infamous head-shaving incident and her publicized struggles with substance abuse were seen by many as a tragic fall from grace. But what wasn't fully understood at the time was the immense emotional and psychological toll that years of constant scrutiny had on her. The way the media treated Britney's struggles only compounded her mental health issues. Instead of offering support, the tabloids ridiculed her, turning her pain into entertainment for the masses. This treatment became so intense that even the smallest misstep was broadcast as a spectacle. Imagine having every mistake and moment of weakness laid bare for millions of strangers to see. No one, not even a pop star, can handle that kind of pressure indefinitely. Unfortunately, it wasn't just the media who took advantage of her vulnerability. The people closest to her, including some family members, began to take control of her finances and personal decisions. At the heart of this was the decision to put her under a conservatorship, effectively stripping her of the ability to make basic life choices. Yet, despite all of this, Britney's resilience shone through. Instead of fading away into obscurity, she held on, eventually emerging as a stronger, more self-aware woman, ready to reclaim what was hers. A conservatorship. The conservatorship that began in 2008 marked one of the darkest periods of Britney's life, both personally and professionally. Under the legal arrangement, Britney lost control over her finances, career, and even day-to-day decisions. For over a decade, the media and her family painted her as incapable of managing her life, a narrative that was perpetuated for years. But what most people didn't realize was that this conservatorship wasn't just about finances. It was a system that infantilized a grown woman, stripping her of autonomy and reducing her to a mere commodity. The conservatorship sparked one of the most public legal battles in pop culture history. For years, Britney was forced into court hearings and legal proceedings she had no control over. At the same time, her fans, especially the Free Britney movement, began to rally behind her. What was once seen as an unusual legal arrangement began to look more and more like a violation of basic human rights. As the years wore on, the public began to ask a crucial question: why was she still under this conservatorship when she had proven time and again that she was capable of taking care of herself? And as the pressure from both the public and her fans mounted, Britney started to fight back, eventually bringing her case to the courts. What's most interesting, though, is how this adversity shaped her narrative. It wasn't just about being free from the conservatorship, it was about owning her story, rewriting the narrative that had been imposed on her for over a decade. In a way, the conservatorship became the ultimate catalyst for her power move comeback. The legal battle. After years of silence, Britney Spears finally took matters into her own hands. Her legal battle for freedom was as public as it was intense. With the help of a dedicated team of lawyers and public support from her fans, Britney began to fight the conservatorship head-on. In June 2021, the judge overseeing her case officially terminated the conservatorship, granting Britney control over her life for the first time in over 13 years. It was a monumental moment not just for Britney, but for anyone who had ever felt trapped or controlled by external forces. What's remarkable about this fight is that it wasn't just about legal technicalities, it was about a woman reclaiming her identity. It was a statement to the world that Britney was not going to be defined by the chaos of her past. This legal victory was a symbol of resilience, showing that no matter how far down you fall, you can rise again. Britney's battle wasn't just a fight for freedom, it was a fight for self-respect and agency in a world that had long denied her that right. And the victory? It was a powerful statement to the world that no one, not even the most famous pop star, should ever be stripped of their basic human rights. The power of the Free Britney movement. The Free Britney movement wasn't just a fan campaign, it became a global phenomenon. Fans and advocates rallied together to raise awareness about the injustice Britney faced under the conservatorship. But the movement wasn't just about being pro-Britney, it was about shining a light on the larger issue of conservatorship abuse. It was a reminder that even the most beloved celebrities could fall victim to a system that sought to control rather than protect. The movement's power was in its grassroots nature. It wasn't just driven by celebrities or influencers, but by regular people who wanted to see Britney get her life back. What made Free Britney such a game changer wasn't just the legal victory that came out of it, but how it changed the way we view mental health and autonomy in the public sphere. Britney's fight, supported by fans from all walks of life, became a symbol for anyone who had ever felt powerless in the face of a system that seemed to exist solely to control them. And in the end, it wasn't just Britney who won. It was all of us who stood by her, fighting for the right to be heard, to be free, and to live life on our own terms. The comeback. Now, after the conservatorship ended, Britney is embracing her power and her freedom. She's releasing new music, dancing again, and sharing her life with her fans in a way that she never could before. This newfound freedom is not just about her personal life, it's also about her career. Britney's comeback isn't just a return to fame, it's a reclaiming of her artistry. She's no longer just a pop icon who's defined by her past mistakes. She's an empowered woman ready to define her own future. What's more powerful than the return of an artist who's not just back for the sake of nostalgia, but back to make new art on her own terms? Britney's comeback is proof that the world can be tough, but it's never too late to turn things around. Her journey shows that it's not the challenges that define us, it's how we rise from them. Britney is doing just that. And as fans, we get to witness it all. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. See you in the next one.